Okay, mental camera record. And Pete's just starting his camera, so that, you know what that means, don't you? Car.
I can't hear.
Is that a car coming?
I can't hear one.
There'll be one along in a minute anyway. But yeah, I intended doing an update on the mental. There's cars coming, isn't there? Yeah, before Christmas, but I just couldn't get around to it. So it's last day of the year, and we're here. The Oppo Pete, and so I'm just it's an update, bit of an update, bit of a perimeter walk, and we're doing anti-clockwise this time.
We are, it's a change.
We're not going down Pete's Hill. Oh yeah, we're going down there, not up Pete's Hill, which makes it easier. Anyway, update time. Yeah, DCC. Yeah, car. They're definitely slowing down though. Yeah, DCC is still in the hands of DCC. Public consultation has been in the library. Jones Brothers saying, oh, it went well. Whether it did, who knows? As I've always said, what people say and what's down on paper and what actually happens, two completely different things. But yeah, it's still in the hands. When the results of the planning and all that goes through, then DCC are going to hand it over to Jones Brothers then. And as I've said in many videos, as I've just said now, what exactly happens to this place? Well, what's said on paper, put down on paper, and what actually happens are two different things. And you may have seen a couple of videos I did with two developers who were interested in this place, and they actually put bids in. And one of them, Lawrence, he would have saved about 90% of the place. But I've heard it on good authority that it's just the centre, their main buildings, the U as they call it, and perhaps the chapel, perhaps, and the rest is not going to be here, it's going to be flattened. I have mentioned in earlier videos, but they're going to keep the nurses' home, and there's a block at the back of the morgue, and there's a block towards the cinder track, and blah blah blah. But I have always said what actually happens are two different things. But like I say, I've had it on good authority that just the main buildings, the centre, like the U, and like I say, perhaps the chapel, you don't know, and the rest is all going to be just knocked down. So we're going to go for a perimeter walk now. We're heading that way now, up behind the nurse's home and up to the chapel, and then down Pete's Hill and then back along the cinder track, which is, well, it might be haunted, I don't know. Some people keep saying it's haunted. I don't know nothing about that.
You just never know.
You don't, do you?
No.
Yeah, you don't know, do you?
It's Denbigh. Everywhere's haunted.
Yeah, everywhere in Denbigh's haunted. And then we'll head down, well, up the cinder track, and then it'll be to the main gates and have another bit of a chat along the way. So yeah, so watch this space, that big white building. You might not be seeing that very shortly. Well, it'll take ages probably for things to get moving, but that's what's on the grapevine. I've had a good authority. Yeah, just the main buildings, and like I say, perhaps the chapel, but who knows. And the rest, going to be flattened. So anyway, heading up towards the chapel end now. And here's another car! Yay! It is, actually it is, joking apart, it is a scientific fact. You come to the mental, if you've got no camera, there'll be no cars. As soon as you switch your camera on to record, a car will appear from nowhere. It's a fact. Anyway, heading to the chapel end now. See what's been going on. So this is, whichever way you want to look at it, the back or the front of the nurse's home, but take a good look, because that might not be there very shortly. I've had it on good authority. As I say, I was going through, there was about half a dozen that were saying, oh yeah, we're keeping these, going to restore them, but no, take my word for it. Oh, absolutely crap, to be honest. But yeah, anyway, heading up to the chapel end now, see what's been going up there. And that's where we used to cook the apples. Well overgrown now. There's a pinch from the orchard, and we used to climb up there on the pipe. If you've seen the video, we used to cook them. So anyway, chapel end, and then we're heading down and then along the cinder track. So these scene of a couple of the fires. There's one there, and there's one there. Quite a lot of damage. This is the building, or one of the buildings, the back of the morgue that they say they're going to restore, but that's another story. As I said, it's the chapel. Whether that'll be restored and that, they're saying they are. It is. But whether it actually will be, but I know probably 100% the main buildings, they're going to be done up, but the rest of it, all this lot here, it's all going to be flattened. And that's where the chimney was. I did a recent video with the chimney. We used to come with that on our push bikes, we used to say, or walk past the nurses' home there, straight across, and just on the corner here. And that's where the chimney was. On the corner there, 100-foot massive chimney. Woo. Right, back on the haunted cinder track, and it's still there. And we were just leaving the grounds, and who did we bump into, Pete?
Elwyn.
We bumped into Elwyn.
One of our mates.
Yeah, and he's well, for what I've seen, he's mellowed, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He wasn't very friendly, but he's mellowed. It's sort of a mellow friendliness to what he used to be. So I got that on my GoPro. That'll be on a separate video, but he was moaning as usual. So yeah, anyway, obviously, as I've been saying in my updates, that building is going, but watch this space.
I've not heard the generator for a
flattened.
long time.
No, they probably moved, haven't they?
Yeah.
We're just saying now about the Jenny. They were here, but they just keep moving. And their CCTV cameras from Home Bargains, 50 pence, two for 95p. Right, heading off to the front gates now, and then back on the top road. So yeah, nice to see Elwyn again, to speak to anyway. I saw him in his car. He gave me a thumbs up, but yeah, he was his usual grumpy self, but he wasn't as bad. If that's possible. And here we are at the front gates. All is quiet except for another car here. Doing some filming just like me. But yeah. All is quiet as per usual. Anyway, head up the head up to the top road. And here we are, back where we started. Top road. Another look towards the grounds. And they have actually started Jones Brothers on this training centre. They've actually started building it now, so. And that's the update for the last day of the year. So I'll see you in the next one.